Welcome back to this quiet corner of the night. Tonight, you're not here to push yourself, or prove yourself, or solve your whole life before morning. You're here to rest. So if you haven't already, let your body begin to settle. Maybe you're already in bed, the room dim, the last light of the day, tucked away behind curtains or blinds. Maybe you're just now turning off a screen, feeling that gentle ache behind your eyes, that soft pull towards sleep that you so often ignore. What if, just for tonight, you didn't ignore it? This is Stoic Night, a space where ancient voices meet your very modern heart, where the words of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus become less like philosophy to study and more like a low, steady tide moving in the background of your awareness. You don't have to remember their names. You don't have to understand every idea. You can simply lie here and let it wash over you. Notice the small details around you. The way the air feels a little cooler against your face than it does under the blanket. The weight of the covers resting over your legs, your chest, like a soft, protective hand. The quiet of these late hours, broken only by a distant car, a faint hum in the walls, or the slow rhythm of your own breathing. Can you feel your body sinking a little deeper into the mattress with each exhale? You're not here to take notes. You're not here to fix your patterns or decode your entire unconscious. You're here to rest. Tonight, Stoic wisdom will be less like a lecture and more like a gentle anchor, holding your mind steady while your body drifts towards sleep. Marcus Aurelius used to review his day before bed, not to punish himself, but to see clearly and then let go. Epictetus reminded his students that peace comes from knowing what is within our control and what we must release. Seneca spoke of rehearsing possible troubles in the mind so that fear would loosen its grip. What if their calm, clear way of seeing could sit beside you now, as quietly as a friend, at the edge of your bed? There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Your worth is not on trial in these hours. Your heart does not have to perform. As you listen, their words will flow underneath your thoughts, like a gentle current, awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. Throughout this night's journey, you'll be invited to set down the heavy things you've been carrying, the regret that keeps replaying, the anxious question that never seems to end, the old stories about yourself that tighten your chest when the room goes dark. What if, instead of wrestling with them, you simply watch them pass, the way a Stoic sage might watch clouds move across a vast open sky? As we go on, you'll learn to sort what you can guide from what you must let go, to feel a calmer relationship with your own mind taking shape. For now, just breathe and allow the ancient calm to begin to hold you. So as you breathe, and the ancient calm begins to hold you, notice what else is here with you in the dark. When the room is quiet and the world stops asking anything of you, what does your own mind begin to whisper? Do you find yourself replaying a single sentence you said today, turning it over and over, wondering if you sounded foolish or cold or too needy? Do you lie awake revisiting a conversation with someone you love, wishing you had been braver, softer, clearer, anything other than what you were in that moment? Perhaps you keep seeing an email you still haven't answered, a task left unfinished, a promise you made to yourself and did not keep. Notice how the day can press on your chest long after it has ended. The body is in bed, but the mind is still at the meeting, still in the argument, still standing in the kitchen, replaying a look on someone's face. You hope that if you think hard enough, if you worry enough, If you criticize yourself enough, the past will somehow loosen and change. But it doesn't. It only keeps you awake. So let's look closely. What are you still carrying tonight? Is it regret for words spoken in anger, or for love you did not show when you had the chance? Is it the quiet ache of feeling behind in life, as if your worth depends on how much you achieved before the sun went down? Is it the fear that tomorrow will simply repeat the same patterns of anxiety, the same tightness in your heart, the same old story about not being enough? Maybe it is something more tender, a relationship that feels unresolved, someone who pulled away without explanation, the way you keep checking your phone, even now, half asleep, half hoping. You say you want peace, but your unconscious keeps reaching back, keeps searching for a different ending, as if the right message, the right apology, could finally make you feel safe. Stoic wisdom was born for nights like this. Marcus Aurelius would lie awake under a different sky, reviewing his day, feeling his own failures and fatigue, and still he learned to rest inside them. Seneca wrote about rehearsing misfortunes in his mind so that fear would soften, not sharpen. Epictetus taught that peace comes from knowing what is yours to guide and what must be released. They knew this restless edge you feel. They sat with it too. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Your soul already knows the way home, even when your thoughts are noisy and uncertain. As you listen, we will not fight your thoughts, and we will not obey them. Instead, you'll begin to sense another way the Stoics practiced each evening, a way of awareness wrapped in rest, where you can gently sort what belongs to you and what does not. Stay with me, and by the time this slow journey ends, many of the thoughts that feel sharp and restless now will have softened at the edges, blurred, and drifted far from the center of your awareness, like distant stars fading into the safety of sleep. And in a moment, we'll begin that practice together, step by unhurried step, letting this night become a quiet turning point in how you meet your own mind. So, as we begin that practice, let's remove one quiet burden from your shoulders. You are not here to perform. You are not here to impress anyone, not even yourself. Tonight, this is not an exam in Stoicism, not a test of discipline or willpower. You're here to rest. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Can you feel how different that is from the way you usually approach your own growth? Always slightly tense, slightly braced, trying to be better, trying to be worthy. For this one night, you are allowed to let that go. There is no need to memorize Marcus Aurelius, no need to remember a single line from Seneca or Epictetus by morning. The words that matter will find you again. The phrases that your heart is ready for will return on their own, in other moments, in other forms. For now, you can simply listen the way you might listen to distant waves at night, letting the rhythm soothe you without needing to understand the pattern. If your mind tries to work, to analyze, to grasp, you can gently whisper inside, "Not now." No need to analyze concepts. No need to get it right. No need to worry that you'll miss something important if you drift off. The wisdom here will be offered like a soft, repeating tide, coming back again and again, smoothing the sharp edges of thought, wearing down old projections and patterns of self-judgment, even while you sleep. Imagine the Stoic reflections in this audio as a kind of awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. You do not have to stay fully awake for them to touch you. The unconscious part of you, The deeper mind that has carried every memory and every hurt is still listening, even when the surface grows quiet. If you fall asleep halfway through a sentence, that is not a failure. That is the point. That is the sign that something in you has decided it is finally safe to let go. So if your eyes grow heavy sooner than you expected, let them. If you miss whole sections and only return for a brief moment before drifting off again, let it wash over you. You cannot fall behind here. You cannot do this wrong. Your soul already knows the way home, and these Stoic voices are only gentle companions on a road you have been walking for a very long time. Tonight, there's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Even the wish to be more calm, more disciplined, more stoic can be set down beside the bed, like shoes you will pick up in the morning. For now, you are enough as you are, tired, human, in between. In a moment, we'll turn toward the simple reflections that help the day loosen its grip, but we will do it in this new way, with effort set aside and rest quietly leading the way. So before we turn toward those reflections, we begin even more simply. Before the mind considers the day, the body needs to remember that it is allowed to rest. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Let your attention drift to your breathing, just as it is. You do not have to deepen it. You do not have to perfect it. Can you notice the way each inhale arrives on its own, and each exhale leaves on its own, like gentle waves, touching a dark, quiet shore, and then sliding back into the sea? Let it wash over you, this simple rhythm that has been with you through every joy and every worry. Feel the coolness or warmth at the tip of your nose, the slight expansion of your chest, the soft movement in your belly. Nothing to improve, nothing to control. With every breath, the day steps one pace further away. Now, very slowly, we begin a quiet descent through the body. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head. Imagine a warm, dim light resting there. As you notice your scalp, your forehead, your temples, can you let them soften a little more? Let the space between your eyebrows loosen. Let the muscles around your eyes grow heavy, as if the world is growing softer at the edges. Move down to your cheeks, your mouth, your jaw. How much effort has your jaw carried for you today? Just notice. And now, gently, let your teeth separate. Let the tongue rest. Let the jaw unclench. There's nothing you need to say, nothing you need to prove, no one you need to become tonight. Feel the back of your head supported by the pillow, the weight of your skull completely held, awareness wrapped in rest, your neck, your throat, the place where unspoken words and swallowed feelings often live. Can you feel how the bed, the pillow, the darkness all conspire to hold you without asking anything in return? Let this awareness slide down into your shoulders. Have they been trying to hold up the whole world again? Look closely. Let the shoulders drop, as if someone just took a heavy bag from your hands. Feel your upper back, your shoulder blades, your spine sinking into the mattress. Your heart can stop bracing for a moment. Notice your arms, your elbows, your wrists, your hands. Let them grow heavy and still, as if the day is flowing out through your fingertips. Your chest, your ribs, your breathing, all gently rising and falling, like those waves in the dark. Now your belly, your hips, the full weight of your pelvis supported. Let your thighs soften, your knees, your calves, your ankles, all the way to the tips of your toes. The outside world is receding into a distant hush, as if you are sinking into a safe inner chamber, far from the noise of other people's needs and your own old patterns. And in that chamber, imagine a Stoic philosopher at night, perhaps Marcus Aurelius, sitting quietly after a long day, or Seneca, in the dim light of a small lamp. He is tired too. His shoulders ache. His heart has known worry and love and loss. He breathes with the same human lungs. He feels the same human fatigue. Your soul already knows the way home to this shared, simple humanity. As you breathe with him now, you are not performing wisdom, you are just joining it. Nothing to achieve. There's nothing you need to fix right now. Only this body, this breath, this moment of healing, woven into sleep. In a few moments, we will let the Stoics guide your thoughts more directly. But for now, let your body keep arriving, one soft breath at a time. So from here, the path tonight will be very simple, very gentle, like walking along the shore in the dark and only hearing the waves. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Ahead of you is a quiet journey. First, we will look softly at this day you've just lived, as Marcus Aurelius once did each night, not to judge, but to understand. Where did your heart open? Where did it close? Where did old patterns of worry, of need, of proving your worth take over without you even noticing? Then, slowly, we will begin to sort what was truly in your hands and what never belonged to your control at all. A word you said can be reflected on. Another person's reaction cannot be rewritten. Your intention can be refined. The past cannot be edited. We will let your mind feel the difference, like placing stones in two small bowls. This I can touch. This I must release. As we move, I want you to imagine Stoic wisdom as warm, dark water around you. It does not rush. It does not demand. It rises, almost imperceptibly, until you are held. You do not have to understand every idea. You do not have to stay fully awake. Just let it wash over you, the way the tide smooths the sharp edges of a shell, without any effort from the shell itself. The Stoics taught something very simple, and tonight you will feel it in your body. Peace does not come from forcing events to change. It comes from changing how you meet them. You hope that if you plan enough, worry enough, anticipate enough, you will finally feel safe. But has that ever truly worked? At 3 a.m, with your heart racing in the dark? Tonight, we will practice another way, in the smallest, sleepiest way possible. There is nothing you need to become tonight. Your soul already knows the way home. The understanding we will touch is not foreign. It is already living in the deeper layers of your unconscious, under the noise, under the projections, under the old stories about your worth. We are not importing wisdom from outside. We are remembering something steady inside you that has been watching your life unfold with quiet, patient love. Later, when your body's heavier and your mind is softer, I will guide you through a Stoic-style review of this day, step by gentle step. We will walk back through the hours, notice where you suffered unnecessarily, and then we will practice the powerful art of sorting your worries. This belongs to my care. This I can finally lay down until morning. This is awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. And just when you think you have released everything you can for tonight, we will add one more small, surprising question that the Stoics would ask in the dark. And that small, surprising question is this: who is the one you become when the lights go out and no one is watching? When the room is quiet and the phone is finally still? This is when your real conversations begin, isn't it? Not with other people, but with yourself. You replay what you said. You replay what you didn't say. You walk back through a moment and think, why did I do that? Why didn't I do more? You remember the way your voice sharpened with someone you love, that flash of impatience you wish you could take back. You see the unfinished task on your mental list, the message you meant to send, the promise you have kept, and somehow, in the dark, these small moments grow large, as if the night itself is a magnifying glass held over your perceived failures. You say you want to be calm, disciplined, kind. But look closely. How many nights have you laid here asking yourself, why can't I be more consistent? Why do I keep worrying about the same things? Why can't I just let go? The questions circle like birds that cannot find a place to land. They keep you awake long after your body is begging for rest. You're not weak for this. You're not broken for this. You are human. This is what the mind does when the world grows quiet and the unconscious has room to speak. Marcus Aurelius wrestled with his own thoughts in the dim light, writing to himself about anger, distraction, and the pull of old patterns. Seneca admitted his fears and regrets in letters before bed. Epictetus reminded his students that even the wisest person must practice night after night. So if you feel like you should have it all together by now, remember, even the philosophers we admire most sat where you are sitting, heart heavy, mind busy, wondering if they had lived this day as well as they could. Your soul already knows the way home. You are simply learning to listen. Tonight, you're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything. You're here to rest. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Every regret that rises, every scene that replays, will be met not with punishment, but with a softer gaze. Instead of trying to silence these questions, we will let them be here and let it wash over you like a tide that comes and goes. We will hold them up to a different kind of light, the Stoic light that asks, what was truly in my control and what was never mine to carry? This is where awareness wrapped in rest begins. In a moment, we will gently sort through one of these memories together, the way a wise friend might sit beside your bed and help you see yourself clearly, without cruelty. And then, we will practice the quiet art the Stoics loved most, setting down what does not belong in your hands as you fall asleep. So as you lie here, perhaps one memory has already floated forward, carrying that old question of control. Before we look at it, we need to see something deeper, something that has been shaping your days for years. Look closely. Who first taught you what a good day is supposed to look like? Maybe it was a parent who only relaxed when everything was done, when every task was checked off, when no one was upset. Maybe it was a teacher who praised you only when you got it right the first time, who smiled at your composure but never at your tears. Maybe it was a culture that bowed to productivity, that treated stillness as laziness and rest as a reward you have to earn. You learn early, control the outcome, avoid the mistake, stay composed. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. But notice how those early lessons still live in your body. A day feels good if you are efficient, agreeable, unshaken. A day feels bad if you forgot something, said the wrong word, let someone see your fear. Your worth quietly becomes a scoreboard you're always checking, even in the dark. Underneath, there is a subtle belief, almost sacred in its intensity. If I try hard enough, I can keep everyone safe. If I plan enough, I can avoid disappointment. If I stay alert enough, I can prevent loss. Do you feel that? The unconscious promise that vigilance will protect your heart and the hearts of those you love. This is why, at night, the mind will not release the day. It replays the conversation, the email, the silence on someone's face. It scans for what you missed, what you should have said, what you must never do again. You lie awake, not because you love drama, but because you feel responsible for everything, as if, by thinking hard enough now, you could reach back and rearrange what has already happened. This is mental over-responsibility, a quiet, exhausting pattern where you carry what was never fully yours. The Stoics saw this clearly. Marcus Aurelius would review his day at night, but not to punish himself. He knew there were only two realms, what is within my power and what is not. Epictetus called this the gateway to peace. The Stoic counterpoint is simple, and yet it can feel almost shocking. Much of life has always been beyond your control. Other people's choices, the past, the weather of your emotions as they first arise. Peace does not come from tightening your grip. It comes from seeing, with gentle honesty, where your hands actually touch reality and where they never could. So what if the thoughts that keep you awake are built on a misunderstanding of control itself? What if there is nothing you need to fix right now? No perfection you must achieve before sleep. Nothing you need to become tonight to be worthy of rest. As you breathe, let it wash over you. Your soul already knows the way home, and the Stoics will help you remember. In the next moment, we will turn directly toward this misunderstanding, and you may discover that the one thing you've been trying to control most was never meant to be controlled at all. So when we turn toward this misunderstanding, we begin with this. Stoicism was never meant to freeze your heart or silence your feelings. It was meant to care for your mind, the way you might care for a tired child at the end of the day, with clarity, with boundaries, and with a very quiet, steady kindness. Can you feel the difference already? You're not here to crush your emotions. You're not here to become stone. You're here to rest. The ancient Stoics did not say, "Do not feel." They said, "Look closely. See what you feel. See what you add to what you feel." The pain comes, and then the story comes, and then the attack on your own worth comes. Stoicism gently asks, what if the pain is allowed, but the attack is not? For them, self-love was not indulgence, and it was not self-attack. It was a decision to treat yourself as one human among humans, no higher, no lower, moving through the same patterns of fear and hope and confusion as everyone else. You make mistakes, yes, but so did Marcus Aurelius as he reviewed his day each night. You feel limits, yes, but so did Seneca as he rehearsed misfortunes in his mind, not to torment himself, but to soften fear. Think of your usual nighttime rumination. You lie down, and the mind begins its trial. You should have known better. You failed again. You will never change. Have you noticed how philosophy sometimes slips into that courtroom as another weapon, another reason you are not enough yet? But Stoic wisdom, held properly, becomes a different voice, a softer one. Of course you struggled. You are human. Let's look kindly. Imagine a Stoic version of your own inner dialogue after a hard day. You remember the moment you snapped at someone you love. Instead of, "I'm terrible," you hear, "I was tired, overwhelmed, and I lost my footing." That is what humans do. You notice the task you did not finish. Instead of, "I'm lazy," you hear, "My energy had limits today. Tomorrow I can choose again." You feel the ache of loneliness. Instead of, "No one will ever need me," you hear, "My heart is longing, and that longing is part of being alive." And then comes the crucial, unexpected move. Not more punishment, not another hour of mental cross-examination, a conscious choice for rest. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Epictetus would remind you that the only thing in your control in this moment is your attitude towards sleep itself. Will you treat it as a reward you must earn, or as a basic kindness your nervous system is allowed? Tonight's practice is an act of self-love in the most Stoic sense. You are not here to solve your life before sunrise. You are here to let your body sink, to let your thoughts drift, to let your soul already know the way home while you sleep. This is awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. And as we move into the next part of this journey, we will let these ideas become something simpler, something you can actually feel in your breath, in your muscles, in the way you finally, gently let the day go. And yet, even as you try to let the day go, something in you keeps sitting back up at the conference table of the mind, shuffling papers, reopening files. Have you noticed how, the moment the lights are off and the room is quiet, a different kind of meeting begins inside your head? You lie there, and suddenly you are solving tomorrow. You rehearse that conversation you might have, then rewrite what you said hours ago, then jump ahead to what could go wrong next week. It is as if your thoughts pull out charts, arguments, worst-case scenarios, and insist that the workday is not over. The body wants to sink, but the mind keeps raising its hand, saying, "Wait, one more thing. We're not finished." Look closely at this pattern. How many nights have you spent replaying a message you sent, wondering if you sounded foolish? How many times have you rehearsed the same apology, the same defense, the same fantasy of finally being understood? How often have you lain awake planning contingencies, bargaining with fate, making silent deals with life, as if worry itself could guarantee a safer tomorrow? Your brain is not trying to torture you. It is trying to protect you. It was shaped, over ages, to scan for danger, to anticipate loss, to prepare for what might hurt. It believes that if it keeps analyzing, keeps predicting, keeps tightening its grip, you will be safer, more worthy, less at risk of being hurt or abandoned. But notice what this constant analysis actually does to you at night. It fragments your attention. It exhausts your heart. It keeps your nervous system quietly braced, as if an invisible alarm has been left on. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. There's nothing you need to fix right now. No version of yourself you must argue for in the dark. Nothing you need to become tonight. The Stoics understood this in their own way. Marcus Aurelius would review his day, then release it. Epictetus reminded his students that peace comes from tending only to what is truly within our control and letting the rest move as it will. From this view, not every thought deserves a response. Not every mental argument deserves a counter-argument. Wisdom is not endless debate. Wisdom is knowing when to gently set the thinking aside, to trust that sleep itself is preparation, that healing woven into sleep will do more for tomorrow than another hour of silent worry. So tonight, rather than wrestling with each thought, what if you let it wash over you, the way a wave rises and falls without needing you to hold it in place? In the next part of our journey, you will be guided through a simple, Stoic-inspired way of meeting your thoughts so they can pass through without pulling your body back into wakefulness, allowing awareness wrapped in rest to carry you quietly towards sleep. So for a moment now, let's step out of the stream of ideas. You don't have to follow every word. You don't have to track every thought. You're here to rest. Instead of listening for meaning, can you listen for weight? The simple, quiet weight of your body against the mattress, the pillow, the blankets. Notice the back of your head resting, how the skull is held and supported without any effort from you. Feel the gentle contact of your shoulders. the way one shoulder blade might sink a little deeper than the other, the way your upper back spreads out like a fan across the bed. Let your awareness travel down to your hips, the center of your body's gravity. Feel how they are carried by the mattress, how the bed rises up to meet you, so you do not have to hold yourself up anymore. Hips, thighs, knees, calves, heels. Each point of contact is a small anchor, a quiet reminder that you are safe enough to soften. If you like, imagine gravity as a calm, steady hand, not pushing you down, not trapping you, but pressing you gently, lovingly, into the bed, as if the earth itself is saying, "Rest here, I've got you." Can you let yourself lean into that? Just a little more weight, a little less effort. Now, without strain, invite one slower breath in through the nose. Not a performance, not a technique to master, just a slightly deeper sip of air. Feel the chest and belly expand, and then exhale through the mouth for a little longer, as if you are sighing out the day. Again, a slow breath in, and a longer, softer breath out. Let it wash over you, this simple rhythm. Once more, in and out, and then allow the breath to return to whatever pace it wants. Notice how even a few breaths can change the atmosphere inside your chest. The heart does not have to race to prove your worth. The lungs do not have to hurry to keep you awake. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Imagine now that your mind is a wide, open sky. Thoughts appear as distant clouds, forming, dissolving, drifting. Some are bright, some are heavy, some carry old patterns of worry, love, fear, and need. But your body is not the sky. Your body is the earth beneath it, solid, quiet, heavy in the best way. Tonight, you are invited to rest more in the body than in the sky, to trust the quiet pull of gravity more than the flicker of each passing thought. Even if the clouds keep moving, the ground does not chase them. So if thoughts continue, that's all right. They can move like weather. Your body can still move towards sleep. The Stoic reflections can fade into a soft background hum, a distant radio in another room, while your muscles remember how to let go. This is awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. In a moment, we will return to the Stoic evening practice. But from here, from this grounded place, where your soul already knows the way home, and your body is already halfway there. So from this softer place, where the body remembers how to loosen its grip on the day, we return to the Stoics, not as distant statues of marble, but as quiet companions at your bedside. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. They ended their days much like this, in the dim light, with a simple, human question in their hearts. How did I live today? They were not asking, what is wrong with me? They were asking, what can I understand? What can I learn? So that tomorrow I can move with a little more wisdom, a little more love. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Let that purpose sink in as you imagine Marcus, alone in his tent after battle, quietly reviewing the day, not to attack himself, but to lay the day down. This evening ritual was almost like turning the pages of a book he had just finished reading. He would look closely at moments that felt clear and aligned, where he spoke with patience, where he remembered that every person carries their own hidden pain. Then he would let his mind drift to the moments that felt off, the words that came out too sharp, the impatience that rose too quickly, the familiar patterns of fear or pride. Can you feel how different this is from replaying the day with blame? Instead of, I failed again, the tone becomes, there I was, human again, Of course I wanted approval. Of course I wanted to be right. Of course I forgot my deeper self for a moment. There's nothing you need to fix right now. Nothing you need to become tonight. The Stoic question is not, how could I be so foolish, but what was I needing in that moment? And what might I try differently when the sun rises? Modern psychology has slowly rediscovered what they already knew. When you give your mind a gentle, structured way to review the day, it stops chasing the same scenes in circles. Rumination loosens. The unfinished loops close. Instead of your unconscious throwing images at you all night, you sit with them for a few minutes, acknowledge them, and let them wash over you like waves that no longer need to crash. So our intention is the same. We will walk through a simple review together soon, step by step, at the pace of your breath. No harsh judgment, no inner courtroom, just awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep, as you notice what felt true to your heart today and where you drifted away from your own worth. In a few moments, I will ask you gentle questions, guiding you back through the day in slow motion, helping you sort what can be tended tomorrow from what can finally be released into the dark. And then we will add one more Stoic twist, one more quiet shift in how you see yourself that may change the way you fall asleep from this night forward. So now, as you lie here, the room dim and quiet around you, we add the simplest, most powerful Stoic map. Not a complex theory, not a philosophy exam. A soft dividing line that can turn the noise in your head into something you can finally set down. Epictetus said that some things are up to us and some things are not. Could anything be more obvious and yet more rarely lived? Up to you are your judgments, your choices, your effort, the way you meet the moments of your life. Not up to you are other people's minds, tomorrow's exact outcomes, the past that has already unfolded, the body's mysterious timing of sleep. When you forget this, anxiety swells. When you remember it, your heart begins to rest. Look closely at the kind of thoughts that visit you at night. How many of them are quiet reviews of your own choices, and how many are arguments with what has already happened, or with what has not yet come. You replay the conversation where you felt small. You imagine the message they might send, or might not send tomorrow. You negotiate with shadows. None of that is in your hands, and yet your nervous system behaves as if it is all your responsibility. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. So we begin to sort. You cannot control whether someone misunderstood you today, but you can choose the honesty and calm with which you will speak tomorrow. You cannot control whether sleep arrives this minute or the next, but you can let your jaw unclench, your breath slow, your body sink heavier into the mattress, creating a gentle welcome for sleep when it is ready. Notice the difference in your body when you place responsibility only where it belongs. Can you feel that? The shoulders do not have to carry the past. The chest does not have to hold the entire future. There is your small, sacred circle of influence. And then there is the vast, uncontrollable flow of life, moving around you and through you. Like a dark river you do not need to steer. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Your worth is not on trial in this bed. Your soul already knows the way home, even when your mind is restless and awake. Let that thought arrive, and then let it wash over you, awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. In a few breaths, I will guide you through this sorting for yourself, gently, step by step. We will gather your worries, name them, and place them into two quiet piles, mine and not mine. And as we linger there, the second pile will begin to drift away on its own, like leaves on water, preparing you for the deeper release that waits in the next part of our journey tonight. So now, as those two quiet piles settle in your mind, let me offer you a small story, like a candle at the edge of your awareness. Not a grand drama, just a familiar moment, one you might recognize in your own heart. Imagine someone very much like you. We'll call them Alex. The room is dark, the phone is finally silent, but Alex is wide awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying a single conversation from earlier today. Do you know that feeling, when one sentence will not let you go? Alex hears their own voice again and again, convinced they sounded foolish, or insensitive, or simply too much. The mind begins to spiral. Alex sees the other person's face, imagines a slight tightening around the eyes, a pause that suddenly feels like judgment. The scene rewinds, plays again, but this time Alex edits the script, changing the words, softening the tone, inventing the perfect response. Next round, Alex promises to be flawless, to say only the right thing, to never let this kind of mistake happen again. The body responds as if under attack. The chest tightens. The stomach feels heavy. Shame rises like heat under the skin. This is where a Stoic voice would enter, not as a critic, but as a calm, older friend sitting at the edge of the bed. It would not say, "Stop thinking." It would ask, very softly, "What is in your control now?" Can Alex go back in time? Can Alex control what the other person thinks in this moment, wherever they are, with their own life, their own unconscious patterns, their own worries and wounds? Or is Alex only able to choose what to do next, when tomorrow comes? Look closely. Under the storm of thoughts, a simple truth waits. Alex can choose to apologize if needed. Alex can choose to clarify, to show love more clearly, to listen more deeply next time. That belongs to Alex. The rest does not. And as that difference becomes clear, something in the body loosens. The breath drops lower. The heart remembers that there is nothing you need to fix right now. A new sentence appears in Alex's mind, like a hand on the shoulder. I did the best I could with the understanding I had then. If I see more clearly now, I can act differently later. For tonight, I rest. Can you feel how different that is? The shame that burned in the chest begins to cool. The muscles around the eyes soften. The mind is still awake, but no longer fighting itself. You are not so different from Alex. As you lie here, you may feel your own scenes replaying, your own words echoing, but you're here to rest. Let this gentle Stoic clarity wash through you. You can act tomorrow if action is needed. For now, there's nothing you need to become tonight. Your soul already knows the way home, and we will keep walking there together in the next part of our journey, one quiet breath at a time. So now, as the room grows quieter and your body grows heavier, we will do something very simple and very old. The Stoics would do this at night, a kind of gentle sorting of the heart, so the mind could finally rest. We will do it together, here, in the dark. Let one worry come forward, not all of them, just one that has been circling tonight like a tired bird that cannot find a place to land. You don't have to enter the whole story. You don't have to replay every word that was said, every message, every silence. Simply notice the shape of it. Where do you feel it in your body? In your chest, your stomach, your throat? You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. So hold this worry the way you might hold a fragile cup in both hands, steady, careful, aware. Let it be here without trying to fix it. There's nothing you need to fix right now. Now, in your mind, ask it a quiet question. Which part of this is truly mine to influence, and which part belongs to other people, to time, or to life itself? Look closely. Is it someone else's reaction? Their love? Their choice? Their awakening? Their apology? Is it the speed of change? The past that will not rewrite itself? The future that is not yet opened? Whatever you discover that is not yours, imagine placing it gently into an invisible bowl beside the bed, or, if you prefer, a slow, dark river running just beyond your mattress. See the pieces that are not in your control resting there. Then, with your next exhale, let them drift. Let it wash over you. This simple truth: you do not have to carry what was never yours to steer. What remains? Perhaps a small action, a conversation you can request, a boundary you can set, an attitude you can practice. Maybe all that is yours, for now, is the choice to speak kindly to yourself tomorrow. Take that small, honest piece, and in your mind, set it on a quiet shelf, labeled for morning. Not for now, not for this sacred sleepy hour. We will do this again. Let a second worry rise, maybe a familiar one, a pattern that keeps returning. Ask the same question: which part is mine and which part is not? Place the uncontrollable in the bowl, in the river, let it drift away into the night. Keep only the smallest true response and put it on the shelf for dawn. If there is a third, you may repeat this silently, in your own rhythm, and each time you finish, whisper inwardly, "For tonight, I release what is not mine, and I rest so that I can meet what is mine with strength tomorrow." Feel how this is not escape, but preparation, awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. Notice something strange. The more you release, the more solid you become. The less you grip, the more your worth feels steady, quiet, already here. Your soul already knows the way home. In a moment, we'll turn toward how the Stoics met regret itself, and how your past can soften instead of tighten as you fall asleep. And now, as we turn toward regret, we also turn toward something softer. Have you noticed how, at night, the smallest mistake can suddenly feel like proof that you are broken, unworthy, beyond repair? The mind magnifies, the heart tightens, it feels final. The Stoics did not see it this way. Seneca, writing late into the evening, did not treat his errors as a verdict on his worth, but as evidence that he was still in training, still learning what it means to live wisely. Can you feel the difference? Not a failed person, just a practicing person. Not a bad self, but a student of life. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. So as you lie there, let this thought move through you like a quiet tide. I am a human being among human beings. I will err. What matters is that I notice, understand, and gently redirect when I can. Let it wash over you. Let it loosen the grip of that inner judge that insists you should already know better, already be perfect. When you see yourself as a learner, something softens. The harsh replay of the day's scenes becomes less like a trial and more like a simple review. Marcus Aurelius did this each night, calmly examining where he had lived up to his values and where he had fallen short, not to attack himself, but to adjust his course for tomorrow. Could you allow tonight's review to be like that? Quiet, curious, kind. Notice how your body responds when you whisper, even silently. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. The unconscious part of you that is always bracing, always preparing for blame, begins to unclench. Modern psychology would call this self-compassion, a way of turning toward your own pain instead of against it. But you don't need the term. You only need the feeling of your nervous system settling as you stop fighting yourself. Self-attack keeps the body in a low, constant alarm, as if every misstep were a real threat. The heart beats faster. Sleep stays far away. When you practice this stoic gentleness, the fight or flight response has nothing to push against. You are no longer the enemy. You become the one who listens, the one who forgives, the one who says, "We'll try again in the morning." This is awareness wrapped in rest. If it helps, imagine Marcus or Seneca sitting quietly beside your bed, not scolding, not disappointed, simply nodding as if to say, "Yes, we know this place. We have been restless too." Even philosophers had imperfect days and sleepless nights. Even they forgot their wisdom, spoke too sharply, felt too afraid. Does it comfort you to know that wisdom and weakness can live in the same soul? Your soul already knows the way home. These old voices are only reminding you. In a moment, we'll look more closely at what is truly in your control and what you can finally lay down so that your mind can drift and your body can sink into deeper sleep. So now, as those old voices grow quieter, let the rest of the day begin to recede as well. Can you feel how different your body is from when we began? Look closely. Maybe there is a slight softening in your chest, as if some invisible hand has loosened its grip. Maybe your breath has slowed, deeper now, quieter now, as if your whole being finally believes that you are safe. Notice your limbs. Are they heavier than before? Not forced, not pushed, just naturally heavier, as if gravity has gently increased and your body is glad to surrender to it. Heavier in the legs, heavier in the arms, heavier at the back of the head, softer in the face, softer around the eyes, softer at the corners of the mouth. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Imagine now that the events of this day appear on a screen in front of you. Small, contained, just images, a conversation, a look, a message you sent or didn't send. At first, the colors are bright. Then, slowly, they begin to fade. The reds become muted. The blues turn pale. The whole picture slipping into gentle grayscale. Can you watch them without rushing in to change them? Marcus Aurelius would review his day like this, not to punish himself, but to see clearly, and then let go. So as the scenes lose their color, let them lose their weight. Let them grow softer, quieter now, until even the outlines blur, and the whole screen dissolves into a dark, velvety space behind your eyes. Nothing to fix, nothing to replay, nothing you need to become tonight. Feel the mattress beneath you, the way it receives every ounce of your weight without complaint, without demand. This quiet support is like the earth itself, steady and unwavering, holding you as you are. You don't need to earn this support. You don't need to prove your worth to the bed or to the night. Just let yourself sink, heavier, softer, quieter now. Here's the pattern interrupt. You do not have to follow my words. You don't have to stay fully awake to keep up. You can let this voice drift to the edge of your awareness, like a distant, comforting murmur at the back of a dream. If a sentence helps you, let it wash over you. If it doesn't, let it float away. There's nothing you need to fix right now. Your soul already knows the way home. All we are doing is allowing awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep, as your body continues its second descent into heaviness. In a moment, we'll gently sort what is truly in your control from what you can finally lay down for the night, so your heart can loosen even more and sleep can come closer. So now, as your breath moves slowly in and out, we add one more gentle layer, one more way of loosening the mind's grip on tomorrow. The Stoics had a quiet habit at night. They would let their thoughts walk ahead into the next day, not to scare themselves, but to see that even if things went imperfectly, they could still remain whole. They called this a kind of rehearsal for difficulty, but it was not dramatic, not catastrophic. It was simple, almost tender. Plans may change, people may disappoint, the body may feel tired, the heart a little fragile, and yet, the deeper self stays steady. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. So we will practice this very softly. Nothing extreme, nothing you cannot hold. Think of one thing you're anxious about tomorrow. Just one. Can you see it? The way it flickers at the edge of your awareness even now. Perhaps it is a meeting, a message you need to send, a conversation about love or boundaries, a place where your worth feels like it might be weighed. Now, let it tilt slightly away from the ideal. Imagine the person you're meeting is late. Imagine the task takes longer than you hoped. Imagine your words come out a little tangled, the timing a little off, the other person distracted or distant. This is not a disaster. This is simply life, revealing that our projections of how it should go are only that, projections. Notice what your body does as you picture this. Does your chest tighten? Does your stomach clench? Just look closely, let it be there. And then, in that same imagined scene, allow yourself to respond differently. You pause, you breathe, you feel your feet on the ground, or the chair beneath you, or the bed supporting you now. You remember that your value does not rise and fall with one moment. You adjust the plan, you reschedule, you say, "That didn't land how I meant it," and you try again, or you let the awkwardness stand, without making it a verdict on your worth. You have survived so many imperfect days before, haven't you? Nights of doubt, mornings of fear, patterns of worry that told you the worst would come and stay, even though it never fully did. Let that realization wash over you. The worst has visited your imagination far more than your actual life. When the mind has already rehearsed and then accepted a less than perfect outcome, something softens. The fear has less room to shout. There is a subtle freedom in this, a quiet confidence that says, "Whatever happens, I will meet it when it comes." You don't need to be ready for every scene. You don't need to become unshakable. There is nothing you need to become tonight. Your soul already knows the way home. For now, we simply let tomorrow shrink back to its true size, so that in the next moments we can turn even more deeply toward what is actually yours to hold, and what was never yours to carry at all. So as tomorrow shrinks back to its true size, let us turn gently towards something you almost never see clearly, the strength that has carried you this far. Not the strength you wish you had, not the strength you think you lost, the strength that is already here, breathing quietly beneath your worries. Look closely. How many nights like this have you already survived, certain that the fear or the heartbreak or the spinning thoughts would swallow you, and yet they never did? How many mornings have you woken after a storm of anxiety, surprised to find the sun still rising, your heart still beating, your life still moving forward in small, stubborn ways? You hope that one day you will finally become strong enough, calm enough, wise enough to handle everything. But notice this, life has already asked so much of you, and you are still here. You have walked through endings you thought would break you, losses you thought you could not bear, loneliness that felt like it would stretch on forever. And yet you are here, tonight, listening, willing to learn a gentler way. The Stoics would not be surprised by this. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself at night, reminding his own heart that it had faced countless days before and met each one with more resilience than he expected. Epictetus taught that we do not really know our capacity until fate asks us to use it. Your life has been asking, quietly, relentlessly, and you have answered again and again, just by continuing to breathe, to love, to care. So ask yourself, softly now, how many times have you walked through something you were sure would destroy you, only to find yourself still here, still breathing, still capable of love and learning? How many times did you think, I can't do this, while some deeper, quieter part of you kept going anyway? You are not here to prove that you are strong. You're here to rest. Tonight's practice is not about becoming strong. It is about recognizing the strength that is already present and letting it hold the parts of you that feel tired and afraid. There is nothing you need to fix right now. There is nothing you need to become tonight. Imagine your resilience as a wide, steady shore and your worries as small waves breaking against it. They may splash, they may make noise, but they cannot move the land itself. As the night goes on, you will be invited to lean more fully into this inner sturdiness so that your fears can finally rest against it instead of spinning endlessly in the air. In a moment, we will begin to let that strength rise up quietly from the depths of your own soul so that healing, woven into sleep, can do what effort never could. So as that quiet strength rises, notice what also rises with it. Thoughts. They will come, as they always do. Thoughts about work you did not finish, words you wish you had said differently, people you love and people you fear losing. This is not a sign that you are doing anything wrong. It is simply the mind, doing what minds do. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. So when the next thought appears, instead of following it into a long waking story, we will practice something very small, very gentle. We will give it a simple name. A memory comes in, silently whisper, remembering. A scene of tomorrow's meeting, planning. A tight image of someone you miss, mixed with fear, worrying. That is all. One quiet word, like placing a soft label on a passing cloud. Then, without drama, you return to the weight of your body, the feel of the sheets, the slow rhythm of your breath. Why does this matter? Because the moment you name the thought, a tiny space opens. You are no longer inside the thought, spinning. You are the one who sees. This is Stoic detachment in its most tender form, the inner voice that says, this is a thought, not a command, not a prophecy, not the whole of me. Can you feel the difference, even slightly, when you stand in that space? To help, imagine a dark, gentle river moving through the night of your unconscious. On this river, your thoughts appear as soft lanterns, each one glowing with a different color. A lantern of regret, a lantern of hope, a lantern of need, and a lantern of love. You do not have to pick them up. You can simply watch them float by. Here is the pattern interrupt. You have spent years believing you must grab every lantern or be irresponsible, unloving, unprepared. But look closely. Has clutching every thought ever truly brought you peace? Or has it only kept you more awake, more anxious, more far from your own heart? Tonight, you are allowed to do something new. Let each thought lantern drift. Name it. Feel it for a moment if it touches your worth, and then let it wash over you and away from you as you sink back into the sensations of rest. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Your soul already knows the way home. Each time you practice this, even imperfectly, You are training a new pattern, awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. In the next moments, we will deepen this practice so that this calm way of seeing can begin to follow you into your waking life as well. So now, as that softer way of seeing begins to settle in, let your mind take a gentle night walk while your body stays exactly where it is. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a quiet street, somewhere familiar and yet slightly dreamlike. It might be a small village you once visited, or a city you've only seen in films. The pavement is cool and smooth beneath your slow, unhurried steps. The air is crisp against your skin, just cool enough to wake your senses without disturbing your calm. Most of the windows are dark. A few soft lights glow in the distance like small, patient stars. Can you hear it? That almost sacred silence that settles over a place when most hearts are asleep. Your own footsteps become the loudest sound, a faint rustle of leaves, maybe the distant hum of a train or a car passing far away. You walk slowly, not because you need to get anywhere, but because there is nowhere you have to be. You are simply moving through the world as a calm observer. This is how the Stoics imagined the inner life at night. Marcus Aurelius, walking the corridors of his mind after the city had gone quiet, looking closely at the day from a higher vantage point. What if you could do the same now? As you wander these empty streets in your imagination, notice how small each individual worry looks against the vastness of the sky above you, the long, empty road ahead, the endless rhythm of night and morning. You hope that if you think hard enough, worry enough, replay enough, something will finally feel safe. But look closely. Out here, under this wide, dark sky, the mind's tight circles loosen. The problems of the day are still there, but they no longer fill the whole horizon. They are just lights in distant windows, not the whole city. Feel that spaciousness begin to open inside you now, even as you lie still, as if your awareness has stepped outside the cramped room of your own concerns and is breathing in a wider, quieter sky. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Let it wash over you that you are allowed to simply be, to let thoughts drift past like storefronts. You're not required to enter. And then, slowly, let the street fade. The cool air becomes the air of your room. The distant lights become the gentle darkness behind your closed eyes. Your footsteps dissolve into the soft rise and fall of your breathing. You realize you never had to leave this bed to touch that kind of quiet. It is here, with each slow breath in the dark, awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep, waiting to carry you deeper as we continue. So as you float here, in that quiet you touched without moving, notice something simple and profound. Nature is already doing the work for you. Night has arrived without your permission, without your effort, without asking whether you felt ready to let go of the day. It just came. It always comes. For the Stoics, this was the shape of wisdom. To live well was to live in harmony with nature, with the way things actually unfold, not the way our anxious mind insists they should be. Everything has its cycles. Your energy, your mood, your clarity, your confusion. Just as the sun rises and falls, just as seasons turn, your inner world moves through its own quiet seasons each day. Look closely at this moment. You are not in the bright noon of your mind. You are in its twilight, where thoughts grow softer at the edges, where the unconscious begins to stir, where the self steps forward as the busyness of ego steps back. This is not a mistake. This is part of the pattern. So tonight, instead of fighting that pattern, You are invited to lean into it. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Night is not a test of your productivity, or your worth, or your ability to control your thoughts. It is simply the time when the body and mind are meant to withdraw from doing and sink into being, the way the sun withdraws and lets the sky darken. Can you feel that soft invitation under all the noise? The way your eyelids grow heavier, the way your breathing slows, the way even your worries feel a little less sharp around the edges. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. You can let this rhythm carry you, the way a small boat lets the tide decide the direction for a while. Think of a tree in winter, standing without leaves, doing nothing you can see. Yet deep inside, life is rearranging itself, preparing for another spring. Think of an animal curling up into its den, trusting that sleep will come when it comes. Think of the ocean, never ashamed of its low tide, never clinging to its waves as they roll away. You are made of the same materials as all of this. You belong to this larger, wise pattern. When you feel tired but push yourself to stay awake, or when you feel awake and punish yourself for not sleeping, you create friction against that pattern. What if instead you practiced a quiet yes to whatever this night is offering? If sleep comes quickly, you let it wash over you. If sleep comes slowly, you rest inside the slowness, trusting that your system knows how to rest, even when you are still awake. This is alignment with nature in the most intimate way, allowing this night to be exactly what it is, while you soften around it. And as you do, something else begins to loosen too. The way you hold your regrets about the past, the way you brace against your fears of the future. What happens when you bring this same quiet yes to those heavier places? In a moment, we'll step gently into that question together, and you may discover that the very memories that keep you awake are also trying to lead you home. Those memories that keep you awake, the words you wish you hadn't said, the chances you didn't take, the people you feel you failed. Do they visit you now in the quiet, like ghosts, sitting at the edge of your bed, asking why you didn't do better? Regret can feel like a tightening around the heart, a quiet accusation that whispers, if only I had chosen differently, everything would be okay. You replay the scene again and again, adjusting one small decision here, one sentence there, and in your mind, the whole pattern of your life rearranges. You hope that in this replay, you might finally fix it. But notice what actually happens. Your body tenses, your chest closes, sleep moves further away. The Stoics would invite you to look closely at this, not to scold yourself, to understand. Marcus Aurelius, at the end of heavy days, would review his actions, not to drown in shame, but to see more clearly the web of causes that shaped each moment. You were not standing outside of life when you chose what you chose. You were inside it, inside your upbringing, your fears, your hopes, the needs of others, the limits of what you knew then. Think of one regret that still stings. Maybe a relationship you stayed in too long. Maybe a love you didn't fight for. Maybe the way you abandoned your own worth to keep someone else from leaving. In that moment, you were not a villain plotting your own suffering. You were a human being with an unconscious full of old patterns, doing the best you could with the light you had. If you could truly have done better then, with the understanding and strength you had, don't you feel that you would have? This is not an excuse. It is a softening. It is the recognition that what happened arose from countless threads. Your family, your culture, the state of your nervous system, the stories about love and self you didn't even know you believed. So tonight, experiment with a different thought, silently, gently. Given who I was and what I knew then, it could not have unfolded otherwise. Let it wash over you, not as a rigid doctrine, but as an invitation. Feel what happens in your body when you stop accusing that younger self, and instead place a hand over your heart, as if you were comforting a child who did not know any better. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. You're here to rest. Responsibility is not erased, it is transformed. From punishment into care, from endless mental trials into a quiet promise. Now that I see more, I can choose differently. Your soul already knows the way home, and regret, when held this way, becomes a lantern, not a whip. In a moment, we'll turn toward that lantern more fully, and you'll learn how to meet tomorrow's choices with this same calm wisdom, so the past no longer has to repeat itself in the dark. So as you stand there in the soft light of that lantern of regret, let's take one more gentle step together. There is a part of you, isn't there, that still believes you must finish something, fix something, decide something, before you're allowed to lie all the way down. As if sleep is a prize you earn only when the day is perfectly resolved, every loose end tied, every feeling neatly folded away. Look closely at that part. It is trying to protect your worth. It whispers that if you stay awake, keep thinking, keep rehearsing, you might prevent pain. You might finally control the patterns that have hurt your heart. You hope that if you solve enough, plan enough, worry enough, tomorrow will finally behave. But has it ever really worked? Has the extra hour of tension ever brought the peace you were chasing? The Stoics would invite you into a different posture tonight. Not more effort, not more control. A quiet, radical humility. Marcus Aurelius, after ruling an empire all day, would lie down, knowing that the world would continue without him. Epictetus reminded his students that we are not managers of the universe, only caretakers of our own responses. You are allowed to join them now. So we'll offer your mind a new mantra, a soft counterspell to the old demand. Nothing needs to be fixed before sleep. I am allowed to rest in the middle of unfinished things. Let the words move through you, slowly, like warm water. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Let's weave it with your breath. As you inhale, silently, nothing to fix. As you exhale, quietly, before sleep. Inhale, nothing to fix. Exhale, before sleep. If your unconscious tries to argue, you don't need to fight it. Just return to the rhythm. There's nothing you need to fix right now. There is nothing you need to become tonight. Notice how this is not laziness, but trust. Trust that life can move for a few hours without your supervision. Trust that your soul already knows the way home, and that awareness wrapped in rest is more powerful than frantic analysis. You are not abandoning your life. You are placing it gently on the bedside table until morning. Keep breathing with the mantra until even the words begin to blur and soften, until they dissolve into simple sensation, into the feeling of your chest rising and falling. This is healing woven into sleep. By resting, you are caring for the instrument through which tomorrow's choices will be made, tuning your mind and heart so that when you do act, it comes from clarity rather than exhaustion. In a moment, we'll turn from this mantra toward the Stoic art of surrendering control itself, so you can feel what it's like when even your worries no longer cling to you, but pass through like clouds across a quiet night sky. So now, as we move from the idea of control into something even softer, let your awareness begin to lift, not to work harder, not to solve more. You're here to rest, Imagine, just for a moment, that you are rising a few inches above your bed, as if your body can stay heavy and still, while your quiet attention floats up, light as breath. See yourself there, lying exactly as you are, small and tender in the dim light of the room, the curve of your shoulder, the way the blanket gathers around your legs, the subtle rise and fall of your chest. Can you feel a gentle affection for this person you're looking at, this self who has carried so much today, who has tried so hard to love, to be enough, to hold everything together? Let that image expand. Your point of view drifts higher until you see the whole room, the walls, the ceiling, the window, the door. You notice how quiet it actually is. You are like a small island of warmth in a still sea of night. Marcus Aurelius would sometimes imagine himself looking at life from above, to remember how brief and precious everything is. Can you borrow his eyes for a while? Now rise higher in your mind's eye. See the building that holds your sleeping body, the street outside, the trees, the parked cars, the empty sidewalks. Go higher still until your city appears, like a pattern of lights scattered across the dark. Somewhere down there is your bed, your heart, your worries. They are real, but look closely. From here, they are not the whole world. Let yourself drift out over the country, over rivers and roads and mountains, until the land curves gently and the atmosphere becomes a thin blue halo. Your life, with all its love and need and questions of worth, is held on this small, shining sphere, spinning silently in a vast, star-filled space. Seneca reminded himself that our dramas are only a tiny part of a much larger order. Can you feel that? Not to dismiss your pain, but to loosen its grip. Here, you are both small and precious, one human among billions, yes, and yet the only one living this exact moment, in this exact body, with this exact story. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Your soul already knows the way home. Let that thought be awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. And now, gently, we'll come back. Slowly descend, as if you're sinking through layers of sky, through the roof, back into the room, back into the body waiting for you. Feel yourself settling into your chest, your hands, your legs, as if you are pouring spaciousness into every cell. Your worries are still there perhaps, but now they feel more like passing weather than the climate of your whole life. In the next moment, we'll let the Stoics guide you even deeper into this space of surrender, where you no longer chase your thoughts, but simply watch them drift by, like clouds across the night. And now, in this softer space, we come to one of the hardest moments of the night, the moment you realize you are still awake. You know this place, don't you? You glance at the clock or sense the hours slipping away, and the mind starts calculating. If I fall asleep now, I'll get 5 hours, 4 hours, 3. You hope that if you try harder, tense more, force yourself to be still, sleep will finally come. But no, your chest tightens, your heart beats louder, and your bed begins to feel like a test you are failing. Look closely at what happens inside. The room is quiet, but the unconscious alarm is blaring. Thoughts rush in. I can't function tomorrow. I'm ruining my health. What's wrong with me? You are not just awake. You are now afraid of being awake. This is the spiral that keeps so many of us trapped at night. The pattern where the fear of not sleeping becomes the very thing that keeps sleep far away. The Stoics would invite a different response. Instead of fighting the wakefulness, they would have you pause and say, very simply, very honestly, right now, I am awake. That is all. Nothing more, nothing less. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Even if your eyes are open in the dark, your body can still soften. Your breathing can still slow. Your mind can still be held with love. Can you feel the shift when you remove the command, "I must sleep"? When you let go of that demand, your nervous system is no longer being threatened by its own expectations. The body stops bracing for failure. The mind stops interrogating itself. You move from performance to presence, from pressure to simple being. Paradoxically, this is often the very moment when sleep finally begins to approach, quiet and unforced, like a shy animal that only comes when it no longer feels hunted. So, for now, release the idea that this time is wasted. It is not. This is an hour for awareness wrapped in rest, an hour to practice self-kindness when no one is watching. You can listen to the faint sounds around you, feel the weight of your limbs, notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Your worth is not measured in minutes slept. The Stoics trusted that nature has its own timing. Your body is part of that nature. It carries an ancient wisdom, the same wisdom that heals a cut, that slows you when you are exhausted, that will, eventually, claim sleep when it is ready. Your role is not to batter down the door. It is to create a room that feels safe to enter. Dim lights, steady breath, a softer attitude toward your own struggling self. Can you let it wash over you? This possibility that your soul already knows the way home to sleep, and that in the next moments, we will go even deeper into how to welcome that homecoming without chasing it. So, as that possibility settles, let your body follow it. Let it answer in its own quiet language. Start by noticing your right arm without changing anything, just sensing the weight of it resting there. Can you feel how, even now, it is a little heavier than your thoughts about it, a little slower than your mind? Imagine that arm sinking gently, as if the mattress had become warm sand that gives way under your skin. With each exhale, it drifts a little deeper, a little farther from the busy surface of the day. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Now bring the same soft attention to your left arm, the forearm, the wrist, the palm. Let the fingers uncurl by a fraction, as though they were tired of holding even invisible things. Picture them resting on a soft cloud, the edges of your hand becoming vague, almost distant. With every breath out, a thin layer of effort slides off the knuckles, off the tendons, off the tiny muscles that tried to control so much today. Move down, slowly, to your legs. Your right leg first, heavy and simple, sinking as if the bones themselves were made of sand, pouring downward into the bed. Then the left leg, the calf, the ankle, the toes. Can you let the toes soften, as though they were sighing in relief, no longer needing to grip the ground or brace for the next step? Notice how, when your toes soften, something in your chest also loosens. When your fingers let go, your jaw does too. With each exhale, imagine the day peeling away in thin, almost transparent layers. Tension from the shoulders, tightness from the jaw, effort from the forehead. Let it wash over you that there's nothing you need to fix right now. No pattern you need to untangle before sleep. Let the muscles around your eyes become slack and kind, as if they are tired of scanning for danger. The corners of your mouth soften, not forced into a smile, simply released from performance. This is awareness wrapped in rest, the kind the Stoics hinted at when they reviewed their day, not to punish themselves, but to forgive their human nature and begin again. If your attention drifts, Let it. You do not need to track every word. You can float in and out like a small boat, rocking between waking and dreaming. Sometimes a sentence will reach you. Sometimes only the rhythm will. Both are enough. Nothing you need to become tonight. And if, for a moment, your mind suddenly flares awake, asking, "Am I doing this right?" let that be the pattern interrupt that reminds you, your soul already knows the way home. We will soon turn toward the gentle Stoic practice of laying the whole day down. But for now, let your limbs grow heavier, quieter, more distant, as healing woven into sleep begins its slow work beneath thought. So as your body settles into this slower rhythm, we can turn toward something the Stoics guarded more carefully than any possession: the inner fortress. Marcus Aurelius wrote that when the world pressed in on him, he would retreat into his own mind as into a fortified city, a place no insult, no crisis, no opinion could breach. Can you feel how radical that is even now? You hope that if you manage everything perfectly out there, your heart will finally be at peace. But look closely. The more you chase control outside, the more your mind stands guard at every door, wide awake, scanning for danger. Tonight we do the opposite. Tonight, you're here to rest. Marcus imagined a citadel within himself, a quiet stronghold. No emperor, no crowd, no storm could touch. You have that too, not because you've earned it, not because you've solved every pattern, but because beneath every fear and every projection, there is a simple, observing self that has always been untouched. What if, just for these moments, you let yourself enter that place? Let your awareness drift inward, as if you're walking down a soft corridor inside your own chest. At the end of this hallway, there is a room that belongs only to you. What does it look like? Perhaps it's a small walled garden at dusk, stone warm from the fading sun. Perhaps it is a temple lit by a single, steady flame. Perhaps it is just a plain room, quiet and clean, with a door that closes gently and completely. Feel the texture of the walls under your fingertips, solid and cool, or smooth and wooden, worn by years of loving touch. Notice the light, not harsh, not demanding, but soft, like late evening or early dawn. In here, the air is still, no wind, no noise from the street, no buzzing devices asking you to prove your worth. Listen, outside there may still be voices, messages, unfinished tasks, but they stop at the wall. They cannot cross. No opinion of others, no unresolved conversation, no future uncertainty is allowed to enter. This is not the place where you perform. This is the place where there's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Let it wash over you, this sense of being held from every side. Your breathing deepens, your shoulders drop. This is awareness wrapped in rest, a simple, quiet knowing that your soul already knows the way home. In this inner room, even your thoughts soften. They may still appear at the window, but they do not come inside. You can love them and let them pass. You can feel them and not follow. And as your mind realizes it no longer has to guard every entrance, sleep can find you more easily, like a gentle guest invited into a safe house. Soon, we will lay the events of the day at the threshold of this citadel and sort what you can and cannot control. For now, just remain here in the safest room you have ever known and let healing woven into sleep begin to close your eyes from within. Remain here a little longer in this inner citadel you have begun to feel, this safest room where the walls are made of quiet awareness and unhurried breath. Now, within this sanctuary, I'd like you to invite someone in, not a stranger, not a hero, a very familiar version of you. Bring to mind the you that feels most ashamed, most overwhelmed, the one you usually hide even from yourself, the one who procrastinates until panic rises in the chest, the one who overreacts in a message, then rereads it with a sinking heart, the one who goes back to old patterns in love, even when you swore you were done. Can you see them? Just for a moment, without turning away. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. So instead of judging this struggling self, imagine that both of you are sitting side by side in the citadel on a simple stone bench, wrapped in the same stillness that holds the stars. No spotlight, no interrogation, just two versions of one soul, sharing the same quiet air. Look closely. Notice the tension in their shoulders, the way their eyes search for worth in other people's faces, the way they brace for rejection before love can even reach them. This is not a villain. This is not a failure. This is a human being who has been trying to stay safe with the tools they learned long ago. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius did not write his meditations as a performance. He wrote them as a gentle correction to himself, night after night, aware of his own limits. Epictetus reminded his students that we act from the beliefs we currently hold, and that until our understanding deepens, we cannot act from a wisdom we do not yet know. No one chooses suffering on purpose. We stumble because we cannot yet see. So here, in this room, there's nothing you need to fix right now. Instead, allow a different kind of strength to appear, the strength of not turning away, the strength of staying present with the part of you that feels least worthy of love. Can you let a softer voice speak to them, silently, in your own words, or if you like, with these? You were doing the best you could. We will keep learning together. For now, you can rest. Notice how it feels to offer this, not as a performance, but as truth. Let it wash over you, like warm water over tired hands. This is Stoic warmth, not indulgence, not harshness, but clear seeing joined with compassion. Your soul already knows the way home to this stance. When you hold your struggling self like this, you are practicing wisdom. You are training the mind to respond, not with punishment, but with awareness wrapped in rest. In a moment, we will turn this same gentle clarity toward the events of your day, sorting what lies within your control from what you must finally release into the night. So now, with that same softness around your own heart, we turn to a simple, nightly Stoic checklist, a few quiet questions that will hold the edges of your day. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. The first question is gentle, but clear. Where did I act in alignment with my values today? Not in theory, but in the small, lived moments. Was there a time you listened instead of interrupting? A moment you told the truth, even if your voice shook a little? A choice to step away from a familiar pattern of worry or pleasing? Let one or two images rise, like Polaroids in a soft light, and then let them fade. You do not need a long story. A brief impression is enough. Your unconscious will keep working with it while you sleep. The second question: where did I drift away from myself? Not to accuse, not to shame, but to see. Did you say yes when every part of you whispered no? Did you chase a message, a look, a sign that you were worthy when your worth was never in question? Did you feel yourself pulled by projection, seeing an old wound in someone's face and reacting as if the past were happening again? Look closely, but only for a moment. Notice one scene, one feeling, one pattern. Then, like a wave, let it wash over you and recede. The third question is softer still. What can I understand more kindly about myself tonight? Perhaps you were tired, and that sharp comment came from sheer exhaustion. Perhaps the anxiety that made you overthink was only a frightened part of you trying to protect your heart. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. You are simply allowing awareness wrapped in rest, so that healing woven into sleep can begin its quiet work. With each question, resist the urge to grade the day as good or bad. Marcus Aurelius did not write his nightly reflections as a scorecard, but as a conversation with his own soul. You are doing the same. This chapter of the day is complete. You acknowledge it, you close the book, and you place it gently on the bedside of your mind. Over time, returning to these same questions will become a familiar ritual, a signal to body and mind that the day is over. Like a small lamp you switch off each night, the questions tell your nervous system, we are safe now, we can let go. And before sleep takes you, choose one tender intention for tomorrow. I will pause before reacting. I will speak more kindly to myself. I will remember, even briefly, that my soul already knows the way home. Hold it for a breath, then set it down until morning. Because in the next part of our journey tonight, we will go one step deeper, and you'll see how even your worries can become quiet teachers as you drift towards sleep. So now, as that small intention for tomorrow rests quietly beside you, let the rest of the world begin to dim, almost as if, in the center of your mind, there is a gentle dimmer switch, waiting for your hand. Can you imagine slowly turning it, one soft notch at a time, until the brightness of the day begins to fade? Work concerns first. Emails, deadlines, unfinished tasks. See them as little lights on a distant panel, once glaring, now softening, softer still, until they are barely aglow. Then the lights of relationships, of conversations replayed, of what you wish you had said. Turn them down too, not erased, just resting. News, notifications, the endless stream of other people's lives and crises. These can be bright, almost blinding, can't they? But not now. Now your hand is on the dimmer. Down they go, fainter and fainter, until they are no more than tiny embers at the edge of awareness, easy to ignore, easy to release. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. As the lights of the outer world soften, listen for the small sounds around you. The hum of a heater, the distant sigh of traffic, the rustle of your sheets when you breathe. Let yourself notice them, one by one, without naming them good or bad. Just sound, just movement in the air. And now, imagine those sounds beginning to move away from you, as if the room itself were gently expanding and every noise was taking one quiet step back. The heater hum becomes a soft cloud at the edge of your hearing. The traffic drifts down the street, then around the corner, then beyond. Even the rustle of the sheets feels further away, as if you are sinking slightly below the surface of sound. Feel your body as one single weight, not separate parts to manage or improve, just one whole presence, like a stone resting at the bottom of a calm lake, heavy, supported, utterly still, even while the water above moves and shimmers. Nothing you need to become tonight, nothing you need to fix right now. Notice this: the stone does not try to float. It does not argue with gravity. It simply lets itself be held. Can you allow that for yourself, even for a few breaths? This is awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep, without effort, without performance. If you feel as if you are drifting, floating, gently sinking, that is welcome. Let it wash over you, drifting in and out of my words, catching a phrase here and there and then losing it again. That is not a problem. That is the practice. Your unconscious is still listening. Your heart is still learning a quieter rhythm, even when you are barely awake. And if suddenly your mind snaps back and asks, "Wait, what did I miss?" Notice that pattern too. The old habit of needing to stay alert, to stay in control. You can smile at it inwardly and let it pass. The Stoics knew this restless watcher well. They simply returned again and again to what was here, to breath, to body, to this moment. So each time you drift away, let it be a small victory, not a failure. The day is dimmed. The sounds are distant. The stone of your body is resting. Soon, we will invite the calm, steady voice of Stoic wisdom to sit beside you in this quiet and help you release even the worries that still flicker at the edge of sleep. And as you lie here, with the stone of your body resting, I want you to feel something else as well, that you are not doing this alone. Right now, in this same darkness, how many other hearts are beating a little too fast, a little too loud, wondering if they will ever feel truly calm? How many minds are replaying the day, or a whole life, asking, did I do enough? Am I enough? You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. So imagine, for a moment, a map of the world, slowly dimming into night, windows glowing, screens going dark, people turning over on their pillows. Someone in a small apartment is worrying about money. Someone in a hospital chair is watching over a loved one. Someone is grieving a breakup they thought they would not survive. All of them are awake with you. Look closely, and you might sense that this late-hour restlessness is not a personal defect, but a shared human ritual. Even the Stoics we turn to tonight were not spared these hours. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of a vast, fragile empire, lay awake under heavy blankets, feeling the weight of decisions that could cost lives. Seneca, surrounded by wealth and politics, felt the ache of his own contradictions. Epictetus, once a slave, knew the sting of helplessness in his very body. Can you feel how their worries, too, were carried into the night? They practiced, as you are practicing now, the art of turning toward themselves instead of away. They breathed. They watched the stream of thought. They remembered that so much lies beyond control and gently released their grip. In listening here, in letting these words move through your unconscious like a slow river, you are joining that same quiet lineage, a long chain of humans seeking wisdom and rest in the dark. You say you feel different, broken, too much, or not enough. But look closely. The very struggles you think isolate you are the threads that stitch you into the fabric of everyone who has ever lived. Fear of loss, longing for love, questions about worth and purpose. These are not private flaws. They are the common language of the heart. So tonight, rather than judging yourself for being awake, let this awareness wrapped in rest soften the edges of your self-criticism. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Your soul already knows the way home, even when the mind is noisy. If it feels okay, let's do something simple together. As you inhale, silently call to mind all those other people lying awake in this same hour. As you exhale, offer them a quiet wish. May you feel held. May you find peace. Again, breathe in, and this time include yourself in that field of kindness. Let it wash over you, like a soft blanket spreading across the world, then settling gently around your own bed. This is healing, woven into sleep, a small act of compassion radiating outward and circling back to you. In a moment, we'll invite the Stoic voice to guide this compassion even deeper into how you see your day, your choices, your life. so that each breath carries you closer to the calm you've been needing all along. So as that soft Stoic compassion settles around you, like a second blanket over your heart, we turn gently toward the place where your mind so often runs ahead. Tomorrow, the next conversation, the next demand, the next unknown. How many nights has your body been in bed, but your thoughts were already in a meeting, an argument, a decision you haven't yet made? You hope that if you rehearse enough, worry enough, prepare enough, tomorrow will hurt less. But look closely. Has that ever truly given you peace? Or has it only kept you half awake, suspended between this night and an imagined future that hasn't arrived? The Stoics would sit as the day ended and ask simple questions. What was mine to do? What was beyond me? They understood something we often forget. You are not given the strength for all possible futures at once. You are given strength for the day you are actually in, for this breath, for this step. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself at night, reminding his mind that tomorrow's tasks would come with tomorrow's clarity. Can you let that idea wash over you? The wisdom you will need will arise with the situation itself, not with the shadow of it you are holding in your thoughts right now. Think back, slowly, to a time you dreaded something, a difficult talk with someone you love, a test, a change you did not choose. The night before, your stomach tightened, your chest felt heavy, your worth seemed fragile. But when the moment finally came, did you notice how a different part of you appeared? A calm phrase you hadn't planned, a small courage you couldn't feel the night before, a quiet understanding that met you exactly when it was needed. This is not an accident. This is your deeper self, the one the Stoics trusted, the one your unconscious prepares while you sleep. Your soul already knows the way home to that steadier place. Tonight, you're here to rest, not to live tomorrow twice. So you might whisper to yourself, very softly, when tomorrow comes, I will meet it with the understanding and strength I have then. I do not need to carry all of it now. There is nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. Only this, awareness wrapped in rest, by allowing your body to sink heavier into the bed, by letting your breath slow and lengthen. You are not avoiding tomorrow. You are supporting your future self, giving them a clearer, calmer mind to work with when the hour finally arrives. Rest becomes preparation. Sleep becomes a quiet act of love. And if your thoughts still try to run ahead, we will meet that too, with the next layer of Stoic wisdom, a way of seeing control and surrender that may change how you face every morning that follows this one. So as we move into this next layer of Stoic wisdom, notice something simple. Your mind is already wandering again, isn't it? Back to a face, a message, a decision, a small scene from today that suddenly feels very large in the dark. This is not a sign that you have failed. This is just a sign that you are human. The Stoics never promised a silent mind. They understood what you are feeling now, this gentle tug of the unconscious, this pull back into old worries and familiar patterns. Marcus Aurelius wrote as an emperor, but also as a man whose thoughts circled and returned, night after night. He did not scold himself for this. He simply noticed and returned, noticed and returned again. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. So when the same story appears for the 5th time, the 10th time, the 100th time, can you let it be proof not of your weakness but of your practice? A muscle does not grow because you lifted the weight once. It grows because you meet the same resistance again and again, and you keep showing up. Inner calm is built the same way. Each time you realize I'm lost in that thought again. You are already awake in a deeper sense. That moment of noticing is awareness wrapped in rest. That is the Stoic discipline, not crushing the thought, not arguing with it, but gently choosing, once more, to let go. So when you catch yourself replaying the conversation, rewriting the text, rehearsing tomorrow's worries, try whispering inwardly, "Ah, there you are. Thank you. For now, I am resting." Feel how different that is from, "Why am I still thinking about this? What's wrong with me?" One is war, the other is a soft bow to your own mind. Let that phrase become a small ritual. A thought appears. "Ah, there you are." You acknowledge its need to be seen. Thank you. You honor that it once tried to protect your worth, your heart, your sense of self. For now, I am resting. You remember there's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. If tonight feels messy, if your mind keeps looping, that is all right. Your soul already knows the way home. The very act of returning, of choosing rest over rumination, is healing, woven into sleep, reshaping how you relate to every thought that visits you. And as you keep practicing this gentle discipline, letting each wave rise and fall without chasing it, we can go one step further into a Stoic way of seeing these thoughts themselves, not as enemies to fight, but as passing weather in a sky that is quietly, endlessly you. A sky that is quietly, endlessly you. Now, as you lie here, I'd like you to imagine another sky, not the one you saw today, with weather and noise and movement, but the one above all of that. Above your ceiling, above the roof, above the clouds and the shifting air, there is a vast field of stars, steady and silent, shining down on the world. You may not see them with your eyes right now, but can you feel them? That calm, ancient brightness that has watched over everything long before your latest worry, long before today's mistakes, long before the patterns of love and need that trouble your heart. Let your awareness drift upward, as if your attention could rise gently through the ceiling and float in that clear, dark space. And then begin to breathe with that sky. Inhale slowly, as if you could draw in cool starlight, a soft, silver blue light that moves down through your chest, your ribs, your belly. Pause for a moment at the top of the breath, letting it wash over you from the inside. Then exhale, as if you were releasing a gentle warmth back into the night, like a quiet ember fading into the dark. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. So let each breath be simple. In with the starlight, out with the day, in with a quiet, impartial kindness, out with the self-judgment that kept you so tense and so awake. Under this immense, calm expanse, notice how very small you feel and how strangely safe that smallness is. The universe does not ask you to perform. It does not demand that you prove your worth. It simply holds you, the way a vast, dark blanket holds the earth, wrapping your bed, your body, your thoughts in something older and wiser than any passing fear. Look closely. The more you sense that endless space above, the more your thoughts begin to thin out, like clouds dissolving in the high atmosphere. A worry appears, then stretches, then fades into transparency. A memory rises, then drifts apart into nothing but breath and softness. There's nothing you need to fix right now. There is nothing you need to become tonight. If a sharper thought tries to pull you back, let it be the pattern interrupt. Notice it, name it gently, and then breathe it upward into that starry field, where it can scatter and disappear. This is awareness wrapped in rest, your unconscious slowly unwinding, while the body grows heavier and the mind grows lighter. You can drift here, you can float here, Your soul already knows the way home, even if you lose the thread of my words, even if you forget the stars, and only feel the slow rhythm of your chest, rising and falling. The sky will keep breathing with you. The stars will keep their quiet watch. You do not have to stay fully alert. If sleep comes, let it come. If you hover in between, simply keep breathing starlight in and warmth out as we move, very gently, towards seeing your day, your choices, and yourself through the same vast, forgiving light. So as you breathe starlight in and warmth out, let another thought settle beside you, like a quiet companion at the edge of the bed. Your life is not a finished statue that must be flawless before the world can see it. It is a work in progress, a living practice, a path that reveals itself one small step, one small choice at a time. For the Stoics, the good life was never a fixed destination, some perfect version of the self that you finally reach and then hold on to forever. It was a continual practice of aligning action with value, moment by moment, breath by breath. Marcus Aurelius did not write his meditations as a victory speech. He wrote them as reminders to himself, in the middle of his own confusion and fatigue, that he could return, again and again, to what mattered. Can you feel how much gentleness is hidden in that? You are allowed to be unfinished. You are allowed to still be learning, to carry contradictions, to hold questions you cannot yet answer. Seneca knew he was not always wise. Epictetus knew he still reacted, still felt hurt, still wrestled with old patterns. Being human was never the problem. Forgetting that we are in process is what tightens the chest at night. So imagine your life as a manuscript in progress, pages written and pages blank, chapters that made sense and chapters that still feel tangled. Some scenes you would gladly read again, some you wish you could revise. Tonight, you close the cover for a while. The story does not end, it simply pauses, so that quiet editing can happen beneath the surface, awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. There's nothing you need to fix right now. There's nothing you need to become tonight. The Stoics would ask only this: in this one small moment, can you be honest? Can you be humble? Can you let yourself breathe? Notice how the mind wants to decide everything at once. Who you are, where you are going, how it will all turn out. You hope that if you think hard enough, worry long enough, stay awake late enough, you will finally feel safe. But look closely. Has that ever truly worked? Or has it only left you more tired, more unsure, more far from your own heart? You do not need to decide your whole life in the dark. You only need to be here with this inhale and this exhale, letting the day soften around the edges. By choosing to rest, to listen, to be kind to yourself in this quiet, you are already living the kind of life the Stoics admired. Honest about your limits, humble about your flaws, oriented toward wisdom rather than performance. Your soul already knows the way home. You do not have to drag it there with plans and pressure. As you sink deeper into this night, we will begin to look gently at what is truly yours to carry and what can be set down until morning. And as we begin to set things down until morning, notice something quiet happening beneath the surface of your thoughts. You may not remember every idea we touched, every image, every small Stoic exercise. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Even if the words have already started to blur at the edges, your deeper mind has been listening. The unconscious part of you that carries old patterns of worry and regret has been hearing a different way of relating to them, a different way of measuring your worth and your need for control. It doesn't have to be loud to be real. It doesn't have to be clear to begin working. Think of Marcus Aurelius, ending his long days not with perfection, but with reflection, writing in his journal to calm his mind before sleep. He knew that the brain continues to turn, to sort, to weave experience into meaning, while the body lies still. Tonight, as you drift, your own mind will keep moving in that gentle way. Awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. When you bathe your thoughts in calmer, kinder perspectives, before bed, you are planting seeds. You are teaching your nervous system that it is safe to soften around what you cannot control. You are showing your heart that mistakes are part of being human, not evidence that you are broken. Can you let that possibility wash over you, even if a part of you doubts it? Imagine, just for a moment, how it might feel to wake up tomorrow with the smallest shift, the same life, the same responsibilities, the same people, but your relationship to your worries, slightly different. A bit more space between the thought and the reaction. A bit more gentleness in the way you speak to yourself. A bit more trust in your own capacity to meet what comes. Transformation often pretends to be nothing at all. You hope for a dramatic insight, a sudden freedom from anxiety, a night where everything finally clicks. But instead, you get this: a quiet evening, a softer breath, a tiny loosening of an old knot in the chest. This is how real change usually arrives, through the quiet accumulation of nights like this, where there's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. As you return to this practice, night after night, something in you learns the way. The path into sleep becomes more familiar, like a trail your body recognizes in the dark. The voice of inner criticism, once sharp and constant, begins to lose its authority, replaced slowly by a steadier, kinder inner guide that sounds a little like Marcus, a little like Seneca, and a lot like your own wiser self. Your soul already knows the way home. We are only reminding it. In a moment, we will turn even more directly toward what is yours to hold and what can finally be released into the night, so that your sleep can deepen and your day, tomorrow, can begin from a quieter place. So now, as that wiser voice settles in the background, we will let the body become very quiet, very simple, almost like a small house closing down for the night. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Begin again at the very top of your head, as if you were gently tucking each part of you into bed. Crown of the head, soft. Scalp, loose. Forehead smooth. Feel as if a hand of warm awareness is passing over that space, dimming the lights there, turning the brightness of thought down. Eyebrows, releasing. Eyes heavy, sinking back into their sockets, no longer needing to stay awake and scan for danger or love or worth. Can you let them rest, as if the day cannot reach them now? Around the temples, imagine the last small pulses of worry fading, like a distant echo finally going silent. Cheeks soft, jaw loose, tongue resting. Notice if the teeth are holding on to anything, a conversation, a projection, an unfinished sentence. Let it go. Let it wash over you that there is nothing you need to fix right now, no role you need to play, no pattern you have to understand before sleep. Back of the head heavy, neck long, throat open and unguarded, as if every unsent message, every unspoken defense can slide down and dissolve. With each place that softens, imagine a door quietly closing on the day behind you. One room dark, then another, then another. Shoulders sinking, shoulder blades wide. The weight you carried for others today, the expectations you carried for yourself, can slide off for a while. Upper arms heavy, elbows soft, forearms warm, hands resting, fingers uncurled. How many times did these hands try to hold on, to control, to grasp at what you thought you needed? Tonight, they do not have to hold anything. Chest easy, heart steady, ribcage like a quiet room with curtains drawn, the rhythm of your breathing, the only movement. Belly soft, as if all the unconscious tension of the day were sand settling to the bottom of a clear lake. Pelvis heavy, hips wide, supported, safe. Thighs heavy, knees loose, calves soft, ankles relaxed, feet warm, toes ungripping the earth. With each area you notice, another door closes, another light goes out. The house of the body is becoming dark, quiet, ready for sleep. Now, fewer words, more space, just awareness wrapped in rest. Nothing you need to become tonight. Healing woven into sleep, without your effort, without your control. In a moment, we will speak even less and turn toward what can be entrusted to the night itself, while you drift deeper into the silence that has been waiting for you all along. So now, as the words grow fewer and the spaces grow wider, let something simple and quiet settle in. Nothing you did today and nothing you failed to do has the power to erase your worth. Not one mistake, not one forgotten task, not one moment of fear or confusion. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Can you feel how different that is from the way your mind usually speaks to you? Always asking for more, always whispering that you should have been better, stronger, calmer, more in control. The Stoics would not agree with that harsh inner voice. Marcus Aurelius, who carried an empire on his shoulders, ended his days with gentle examination, not self-hatred. He looked at his actions, learned what he could, and then he let the day go. Beneath every success and every failure, he believed there was a deeper dignity, a spark that did not depend on performance. In their language, every rational being shares in the divine fire, a quiet light that lives in the core of the self. That light is not brighter on productive days and dimmer on tired ones. It does not flicker when you say the wrong thing, or vanish when old patterns of worry and projection return. It is there when you feel strong, and it is there when you feel small. So tonight, look closely, not with your eyes, but with your feeling sense. Under the fatigue in your muscles, under the doubt in your chest, under the old story that you are somehow too much or not enough. Can you sense the faintest glow? You might not see it clearly. You might only suspect it. That is enough. There's nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to become tonight. If you let it, this sense of inherent worth can cradle you, like a soft inner hand at the back of your heart, holding you as you drift. Let it wash over you, the idea that by simply existing, by breathing in this moment, you already deserve rest, comfort, and kindness. Even your unconscious knows this. Your soul already knows the way home, to a place where value is not measured by messages answered, problems solved, or people pleased. As your body grows heavier, as your thoughts move like slow clouds, imagine that stoic spark glowing a little warmer, steady, and unconcerned with the dramas of the day. You can return to this feeling any night you need it. This practice of gentle evening reflection, of releasing what is beyond your control and softening toward your own heart, will be here whenever you are weary. You are not alone in learning how to rest. And in a moment, we will turn towards something even quieter, something the night itself has been keeping for you. Something the night itself has been keeping for you. And as you lie here, you can feel how much ground you have quietly crossed. You began by simply noticing what you carried into bed, didn't you? The unfinished conversations, the worries about love and worth, the old patterns that still tug at your heart. You saw how the mind reaches for control when it feels afraid, and how the body tightens when it believes it must hold everything together alone. You were invited to see all of that and not fight it. We walked together through that old Stoic doorway. What is within your control and what is not? You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. So you watched your thoughts and fears, and you gently sorted them, like placing small stones into two quiet bowls. This I can influence with my choices. That I must leave to life, to time, to something larger than my own hands. You experimented with letting some of those stones go, didn't you? You rehearsed imperfection, almost like Marcus Aurelius reviewing his day, not to attack himself, but to learn and then release. You saw moments you wish had gone differently, and instead of turning them into weapons, you let them become teachers. You trusted that your future self could wake more awake, more steady, able to respond when the sun returns. Somewhere in this gentle sorting, the emotional weather shifted. The voice that usually says, "You failed again," softened into, "Of course you struggled. You are human." The tight, lonely feeling that says, "Only I am like this," opened into the quiet, knowing that countless hearts across centuries have lain awake with the same questions. Isolation loosened into shared humanity. Urgency slowed into a more forgiving pace. You touched an inner citadel of calm, that still place the Stoics love to describe, where the world can knock, but cannot enter without your permission. Did you feel it for a moment, maybe between two breaths? That sense that there is a part of you that no disappointment can break, no projection can fully define. Nothing you need to become tonight, nothing you need to fix right now. And if you drifted in and out, if you missed whole stretches, if you fell asleep and woke again, that is perfectly all right. This was never an exam. This is awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. Even partial listening is enough. Your unconscious heard what it needed. Your soul already knows the way home. This was only a soft reminder. So let this night be one step, not a final test. A single conversation in an ongoing relationship with Stoic wisdom and with your own inner life. You can return to this practice whenever you feel the pull of old patterns, whenever the heart forgets its own strength. And in a moment, we will sink even deeper into a silence where the words fall away and only the feeling of being safely held remains. And only the feeling of being safely held remains. As you float in that space, can you imagine what it would be like if this did not have to be a rare moment, but a familiar one, a place you return to, the way Marcus returned to his nightly pages, the way a traveler returns to a quiet inn at the edge of a busy road, not to perform, not to achieve, simply to lay the day down. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. And if you wish, you can let this kind of Stoic evening reflection become a small signal to your whole being, a gentle ritual that says, the day is over now. The judging, the comparing, the pushing can sleep. Each night, the same slow voice, the same simple questions, the same invitation to let go. When we repeat a ritual, the nervous system learns. It begins to recognize patterns of safety, the way the heart recognizes a beloved face. Over time, your body can start to understand. This sound, this pace, this way of looking at your life means there's nothing you need to fix right now. It means you can let the thoughts drift, the way a Stoic would watch impressions come and go without clinging. It means that even if the mind is still a little awake, your deeper self is already turning towards sleep. If you find that this space helps you, you might choose, on some other evening, to subscribe, or to save this audio somewhere your tired hands can reach. Not from urgency, not from need, simply so that on the nights when the mind feels heavy and the old projections return, you will not have to search for comfort. It will be here, waiting, like a lamp left on in the window. And perhaps, on a morning when you are fully awake again, you may feel called to share one worry you chose to release tonight, just one fear, one regret, one pattern you are gently loosening your grip on. When you place it into words, maybe in a comment, it becomes part of a quiet human circle, a place where we see that our struggles with love, with worth, with control are shared. Awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep, passed from one tired heart to another. But not now. Now, there is no pressure to remember, to respond, to act. There is nothing you need to become tonight. Your soul already knows the way home. This sanctuary will remain here, like the Stoic stars above an ancient city, always in their place, whether you look up or not. For this moment, your only task is to breathe, to let it wash over you, and to drift with us into an even deeper quiet that is waiting just ahead. Into an even deeper quiet that is waiting just ahead. Rest now. You are safe. Nothing to do. No problems to solve. No patterns to analyze. You're here to rest. Let the words thin out. Let them become softer. Less meaning. More hush. You do not have to follow every sentence. You do not have to stay fully awake with your mind. Let the language fade into sound, like distant waves against a dark shore. A low tide of syllables, coming in, going out. Rest now. If a phrase lands, let it land. If it drifts past, let it drift. There's nothing you need to fix right now, no worth to prove, no love to chase. Imagine the day behind you as a long hallway. At the far end, a simple door. You walk to it slowly, feeling your feet grow heavier, your heart quieter. You place your hand on the handle, gently. You look closely, just once, at everything behind you. The conversations, the worries, the unconscious projections that tugged at you, the small victories you almost forgot to notice. And then, with almost no sound at all, the door closes. The day on the other side now. You do not need to reopen it. Not tonight. In this room, there is only dark and quiet. Only the slow rhythm of your own breath. In, out. Let my voice move farther away. Not gone, just distant, like a soft lamp at the end of a corridor. You don't have to look at it. You just know it is there. Rest now. Nothing you need to become tonight. No new self to build. Your soul already knows the way home. What if you let that be enough? What if you simply allowed healing woven into sleep, without effort, without plan? From here, the silences will grow longer. More space, less sound, awareness wrapped in rest. If thoughts appear, let them wash over you like wind through tall grass. They bend, they pass, the field remains. You are allowed to fall asleep at any moment. You do not have to wait for an ending. You do not have to hear the last word. Sleep can interrupt this sentence whenever it wishes. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to push away, only breath, only wait, only rest. Let the next pause be longer, and the next, and the next, until my voice is only background, until even these soft sounds dissolve, until you cross the threshold completely, and the night carries you the rest of the way on its own. So now, as even these pauses begin to blur, let this last part be a blessing. You don't have to listen to all the way through. You're not here to take notes. You're not here to solve anything tonight. You're here to rest. Imagine, just at the edge of your awareness, 3 quiet figures taking their place around your bed. Marcus, Seneca, Epictetus, not as statues on cold marble, but as calm human presences, worn by life, softened by wisdom, their gaze steady and kind. Can you feel the room grow a little wider, a little safer, as if their long patience is wrapping itself around you? Marcus, who once ended his days by reviewing them, looks at you without judgment. He knows what it is to carry an empire in his chest and still lie awake. If you could hear him now, perhaps he would say, gently, that today is already written. What is done is done. What is not done can belong to tomorrow. There's nothing you need to fix right now. On the other side, Seneca leans closer. He remembers his own restless nights, rehearsing every misfortune until fear lost its teeth. He might invite you to picture the worries that still flicker in your mind, and then to see that you have survived every single hard night so far. Isn't that true? Every heartbreak, every anxious spiral, every dark prediction from your unconscious patterns of fear, and yet your heart is still beating. Your breath still moves. Epictetus, once a slave, now free in his own mind, reminds you in his silence that you do not need to supervise the universe. You do not even need to supervise your sleep. The body knows how to breathe. The body knows how to drift. Can you let it take over now, the way a tired swimmer finally floats when they stop trying so hard? You have done enough for today. You have been enough for today. Even if your thoughts protest, even if old projections whisper that you should have loved better, tried harder, been more, look closely. You met this day with the self you had. That is all any sage has ever done. So let your worth be unquestioned, just for these hours. Nothing you become tomorrow will add to it. Nothing you failed at today can subtract from it. There's nothing you need to become tonight. Your soul already knows the way home. Let my words grow slower now, softer, further apart. Awareness wrapped in rest, healing woven into sleep. If sleep begins to pull you under mid-sentence, let it wash over you. Let it close the book for now. May the Stoic night hold you. May calm, ancient eyes keep watch while yours finally close. When morning comes, it will come. For now, let go, drift, sleep.